Hey guys, Dave Lee coming at you once again. What a crazy time we are living in. The entire world has essentially closed down right around us, and most of us are abiding by public health and safety rules and regulations and staying at home. And whether that means we are working from home or in some kind of self-isolation or quarantine, a lot of us have a whole lot of spare time on our hands right now. And it's times like these that we really need to turn to entertainment for a little bit of a pick-me-up. It's so easy to get down, especially right now with 24/7 news cycles, whether that's on your televisions or in your social media feeds. It's very easy to get inundated and overwhelmed with everything that's happening, and all of us, we just really want that escape that only entertainment, only cinema can give to us. I've had a number of people reach out to me over the last week asking me to put together a list of movies to watch in quarantine. So I thought I'd put together this little video right here. This is essentially a list of my favorite, I guess, feel-good movies, my favorite pick-me-up movies, the ones that I always turn to in times of need, when I feel a little bit down, maybe if I'm sick, movies that I just want to turn to lift my spirits, make me feel happy, or I guess some movies that are just easy to watch and fun to watch to just, again, pick up those spirits, and that's what we really need right now. I'm gonna do this video a little bit different than normal. Normally I do something like this as like an editorial video with a voiceover and a bunch of movie clips, but right now we really need this person-to-person, face-to-face kind of communication, so I thought I'd put together something that's a little bit more personal, a little bit more intimate, a little bit off-script, so I'm very happy to present this video to you, which is essentially, again, my list of my favorite pick-me-up movies that you can watch while you are in quarantine. Before we kick this off, let me please just say this is my own personal list. This is just my suggestion of movies that really do give me the pick-me-up that I need when I'm feeling a bit down or whatever. And I'm just hoping that these suggestions can help you. Everyone out there is probably going to have their own personal lists as well, and I'd love to hear them down below in the comments. Let me know what movies do you turn to in your time of need, and let me know if you do take on board some of my suggestions and how these movies make you feel. First movie I'm going to suggest to you is Marvel's The Avengers. Now, this isn't my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe film. It's not even my favorite film in the Avengers sub-franchise. The later Avengers movies, while I do really love them, they do tend to be dark, drab, a little bit depressing, and have all these confusing, dramatic undertones and plot threads going on. This is just such a simple movie that does not require too much brain power. We've got our core Avengers without all these scores of other characters coming into the picture, and it's very simple storytelling. I love the way our characters interact in this movie. The chemistry between them is fantastic. The massive action scene right at the back end of the movie is just pure comic book fun. You can just get so lost in this movie, and again, you cannot escape this one without a big smile on your face. Similarly, I'd also like to recommend Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, I'm not recommending any one movie in particular, but the franchise as a whole. For the same reason that I just absolutely love the Avengers, these are just pure fun action adventure movies that you can just get so lost in. You can go on an adventure with Captain Jack Sparrow and his crew of misfits and just have an absolute blast. These movies do not take themselves seriously, and it's just pure fun Disney action adventure. You don't need to overthink these movies, just go with the flow. My next suggestion is Jurassic Park. I love the very first Jurassic Park movie, and there's something about this that just always makes me so damn happy. The performances of the lead cast here is great. Sam Neill is wonderful in this. Jeff Goldblum is an absolute hoot, and the scenes with the dinosaurs are just so much damn fun. Steven Spielberg is just an absolute master of making these great feel-good movies, and yes, this is a movie about people kind of fighting off dinosaurs or running away from dinosaurs or whatever, but there is a real human heart to this movie. The movie is about the humans, it's not about the dinosaurs, and it's that connection that you have with these characters that makes this movie just so fantastic and so heartwarming, and John Williams' score in this film is so uplifting and amazing. Everything about this movie just collides and makes this incredible, incredible, fun and enjoyable and uplifting movie experience on a Hollywood blockbuster level. The Back to the Future trilogy is another one that I could not recommend highly enough. Now, this one for me is a franchise that I have watched consistently throughout my entire life. And I love the human story about this one too, about this one guy who just wants to get his life back the way that it was. And it's such a relatable story, and even though he's going into the future, he's going back into the past, we can relate with this guy, we can relate with all the other characters around him. It's so much fun, there's so much great comedy in here. It's just one of those movies that, especially for me growing up with this, I have a whole lot of nostalgia bundled into this, and it just makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside, and it just still never fails to make me smile and make me happy. Now let's turn our heads to an animated movie, and I'm gonna suggest Toy Story. Now I know absolutely everybody has seen this. This is one of my favorite animated movies of all time. In fact, it's my favorite CG animated movie of all time. It came out when I was like 4 or 5 years old, one of the very first movies I ever saw in cinemas, and I just have so many fond memories attached to this, so much nostalgia bundled up with it. When I was a kid, I had a Woody and a Buzz doll, which were like my best mates. They came with me absolutely everywhere. I still have those dolls. I absolutely adore them. And watching this movie is like spending time with best mates. And right now, that is what all of us are clamoring for. We want that connection with our mates. We're not allowed to go out and see our mates. Our mates aren't allowed to come over and see us. We need that camaraderie, that mateship to get us through. And at times like this, we just gotta turn towards our movie mates. And again, there is no better movie mates than Buzz and Woody. Another lifetime favorite of mine is The Blues Brothers. Again, this is a movie that I cannot watch enough times. If you haven't seen this is just so much damn fun. Again, there is action, there is adventure, and there is so much incredible comedy bundled into this movie. And there's so many great people in this. Not only Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi, but you've got John Candy in there, you've got Carrie Fisher in there, you've got the who's who of blues musicians, and it's the music that drives this movie. And music really is the healer of all wounds. At times like this, we don't just have to turn to movies, we gotta turn to music as well. And there is no better music than the blues to get you through a hard time. And the blues in this one is just so energetic, so incredible. You cannot escape it without that big smile on your face, without your toes a tapping, and without just feeling real energized, just feeling real good about the world. I'm gonna suggest a trifecta of Adam Sandler movies right now: Big Daddy, The Wedding Singer, and 50 First Dates. I only found out recently that some people just don't like Big Daddy. People in fact hate Big Daddy. But again, this is a movie that I grew up with, absolutely loved. I think the humor in this is just really great and so wholesome and fantastic, and it is a feel-good movie. 50 First Dates and The Wedding Singer are the two earliest collaborations between Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Their chemistry is amazing. Not only the romantic chemistry, but the comedic chemistry is there as well. And especially 50 First Dates, I always come out of that just feeling so uplifted. And again, say what you will about Adam Sandler, but these three movies never ever fail to get me out of the dumps. Likewise, I'm going to suggest a Will Ferrell trifecta. This is Anchorman, Talladega Nights, and Step Brothers. Yes, these are some pretty dumb, stupid comedy movies that really only require like half a brain cell to enjoy. All three of these movies came out when I was in like very early high school, so very young teens, and these were movies that me and my mates would get together and watch religiously over and over and over again. They are so quotable, so many incredible lines, fantastic moments, and there's just so much damn fun. But these three movies, there is some kind of really weird innocence about them that I just think is so charming, in these characters that think they are just larger than life, but they're really just a real baby at heart, a real man-child. And sometimes you just have to reconnect with that kind of juvenile side of you, and these three movies will do that perfectly. One that I feel like has gone overlooked over the last few years and is incredibly underrated is I Love You Man. This would be one of my favorite movies movies of the last decade, but it just misses out by a year. This came out in 2009, which was my final year in high school, and much like Anchorman and Talledega Nights and Step Brothers, this is one that me and my mates would get together and just watch over and over again and quote relentlessly. And I think it's so sweet, again, so sweet and innocent. Paul Rudd is absolutely hilarious in this movie. His stupid little lines and stuff, but this movie is just one that is just so stupid, dumb fun, but he's actually really clever. It's got this really beautiful, fantastic script, so you can actually watch it and enjoy the story as well. And right now, we all need a little bit of loving as well, so I'm going to suggest my 3 favorite rom-coms of all time, which is Notting Hill, Sleepless in Seattle, and When Harry Met Sally. These 3 movies I just adore with all of my heart. Notting Hill is my favorite rom-com of all time. I think there's just something so sweet and innocent with the chemistry between Hugh Grant and Julia Roberts, and the comedy in this movie is so smart. It's not dumb comedy like the Will Ferrell or Adam Sandler movies, but Richard Curtis's writing in this is absolutely superb. He's one of my favorite writers, one of my favorite filmmakers out there. When Harry Met Sally is another one that's got just a really beautiful story that uplifts me every single time and just makes me feel so happy. Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan are fantastic in this film, and I can watch this over and over and over again. Likewise, Sleepless in Seattle. We got to get another little bit of Tom Hanks in here in live action form, again alongside Meg Ryan in this one, and again, this one's so sweet, so charming. And finally, I'm going to recommend a single TV series for you if you're down in the dumps. That is An Idiot Abroad with Carl Pilkington. Now, this show is the brainchild of Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant, and they basically send their mate, ex-radio producer Carl Pilkington, off into the world. He is a whinging little man who just complains about absolutely everything, never traveled, never wanted to go and see the sights of all these beautiful countries that are out there in the world. So Ricky and Steve just make him go and do all this stupid stuff, basically against his will. And the way that he reacts to these situations is just so fun. It's all so unscripted, and you cannot write the stuff that comes out of this man's head. And I have never laughed at anything harder in my entire life than when I'm watching a Carl Pilkington series. And look how much I'm laughing and smiling just now thinking about this series. It is so funny. I've watched it over and over and over again. I feel like I've watched this series more than any other series in history because it just makes me laugh like nothing else. I laugh and laugh and laugh until my sides hurt. I would really recommend. Look how happy I am just talking about this. In fact, after I film this, I'm going to go and watch some Idiot Abroad because I love the show. And you really got to know the impact of a show when you're just laughing like this, just thinking about it. So please seek out An Idiot Abroad if you don't have it. I love the show so much. And at that, we come to an end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I provided you with some decent suggestions. Most of these movies, TV series are available on streaming platforms, whether that's on Netflix or Amazon Prime or Apple or Sky TV or Foxtel or whatever you have. You should be able to find most of these movies on a streaming platform somewhere. If not, most of them are very cheap to buy on Blu-ray or DVD or whatever your personal choice, digital, whatever. You'll be able to get these movies very easily. I love all of these. I want to know down there, what are your suggestions to me of your personal, I guess, safety blanket movies, your pick-me-up films that just make you feel so happy. We're going to help each other out right now and just smile. So please, everybody out there, take care, stay safe, get watching some of these movies and get into this uplifting, energetic mood, please. I hope you all take care and stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. If this is your first time viewing one of my videos and you'd like to see more like it in the future, then please don't forget to hit that big old subscribe button up on your screen, as well as that like button down below for that little extra support. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon. Thanks for watching, and have a fantastic day.